Good morning, everyone. Good morning, ladies. Um, Today, I have been tasked to speak about financial wellness, which is a topic that's quite close to me, particularly when it comes to women. So, today, I'd like to start off by asking just one question, just to set the mood for this morning. And that is, what is the best or the worst purchase that you've ever made, and what lesson did you learn from that? So, anyone who's brave enough to put up their hand and just share, it's a safe space, ladies. So, what is your best or your worst purchase that you've made? We're not going to judge you. A handbag was your best or your worst? Any others? Yeah, in Johannesburg being the operative there. Any other purchases, ladies? Come on, I'm sure we've made purchases that we regret or we're proud of. Any investments that you made that you're proud of? A house. That's a good one. Listen, I did say it's a safe space, eh? A husband can be a financial plan. Well, thank you so much. I really just wanted to encourage a room where women can speak freely about finances. I think as women, we really tend to be hesitant when it comes to speaking about finances. And I think that's why it's important to have this conversation around financial wellness, because financial wellness goes beyond just managing money. It really gives you the ability to become independent, to acquire freedom, and to have choice. Now, that's really, really powerful, but I think as women, we tend to underestimate the importance of financial wellness and not only what it can do for us, but what it can do for the community at large. Because if you put wealth in the hands of a woman, it has a multiplier effect. So there's an old saying in the financial services industry that women tend to save and men invest. I find that a lot of women that I sit across and I have conversations with in my line of work tend to focus mostly on the day to day. And we're very good at that. We're very good at managing the household expenses, you know, the school fees, the groceries, the clothing. And men tend to focus on longer term financial investments. And therefore, they're the ones that tend to acquire assets and they hold these assets in their names. So, how do we move from a space of just household cash flow management to actually acquiring investable assets, creating wealth, and also leaving a legacy for the next generation? So we start off, I think it's quite simple and it's quite important. And if you take one thing from my talk today, and that is to actually have a comprehensive, personalized financial plan. I can't stress the importance of actually having a financial plan. And I know it's daunting for a lot of people, particularly women. A lot of them ask me, well, where do I start? And I always say, start with where you are. You don't need to have your financial ducks in a row. You don't need to have acquired a certain amount of assets to actually start your journey. And you start your journey by assessing your current financial situation. And that simplistically is looking at, so where's my money coming from and where's my money going? So your income and your expenses. How much control do I have over my income and how much control do I have over my expenses? So that gives you a good starting point. And then the second point is to actually have personalized financial objectives. It's important when you set these financial objectives, make sure they speak to your personal financial needs, your beliefs, because if you set objectives that somebody else has given you, it's highly likely you're not going to achieve them. But objectives that actually speak to your personal belief and your personal circumstance, there's a high chance that you are able to achieve them. And we usually recommend that you break these objectives down because it can be a bit overwhelming to short, medium, and long term goals. And then have a framework or a roadmap that you have partnered with a professional with to actually help you to achieve these goals. And when you're looking at this roadmap, there's a few things that you need to consider. The one being investment planning. I think that's the most sort of common one that a lot of individuals are familiar with. I think all of us have some kind of investment. Whether or not we know what's happening, that's a different story. And when it comes to investment, it's about the time that you actually invested in the market. So not so much how much you're investing, but how long you actually stay invested for. So the sooner you start, the better it is. There's a saying in investment terms that the only free lunch in investments is time. Retirement planning is also another key component that everyone needs to think about. And I've sat with a lot of women who are considering retiring at a much earlier age. I think gone are the days where retirement age was considered to be 60. I think the face of retirement is changing, and therefore it's quite imperative to start your planning as soon as possible. Other factors to take into account is tax efficiency and managing risk. So that's really how one would think about a financial plan. It helps you to really navigate the life events that are going to impact you financially. And overarching all of this is estate planning. I think this is another key component that a lot of people tend to just put aside. So when you think about estate planning, I suppose one way of looking at it is wealth preservation. So your financial plan helps you with your wealth creation journey, but estate planning helps you with wealth preservation. And when you think about estate planning holistically, think about things like your will. Do you have a will? Have you updated your will? What happens in the event, for instance, if your husband is the breadwinner and he's no longer around? What happens in the event of a divorce? Do you have structures in place, such as trusts? Are your children living abroad? Will a South African trust cater for assets that are abroad? So these are the things that one sort of needs to think about. And what I want to leave you with today is you need to empower yourselves. You need to educate yourselves. And you need to take control of your finances. Because I've seen instances where women have allowed their partners, their spouses, and others to look after their financial affairs. And when something happens to those people, you're left in a situation where you actually don't even know where to start. So start today. Thank you very much.